Across the whole planet, humans eat on average between 1 and 2.7 kilograms of food a day. That's over 365 kilograms a year per person, and 28,800 kilograms over the course of a lifetime. Through the digestive system comprised of 10 organs, covering 9 meters and containing over 20 specialized cell types, this is one of the most diverse and complicated systems in the human body. Its parts continuously work in unison to fulfill a singular task, transforming the raw materials of your food into the nutrients and energy that keep you alive. Spanning the entire length of your torso, the digestive system has 4 main components. First, there's the gastrointestinal tract, a twisting channel that transports your food and has an internal surface area of between 30 and 40 square meters, enough to cover half a badminton court. Second, there's the pancreas, gallbladder, and liver, a trio of organs that break down food using an array of special juices. Third, the body's enzymes, hormones, nerves, and blood all work together to eat down food, modulate the digestive process, and deliver its final products. Finally, there's the mesentery, a large stretch of tissue that support and positions all your digestive organs in the abdomen, enabling them to do their jobs. The digestive process begins before food even hits your tongue, anticipating a tasty morsel. Glands in your mouth start to pump out saliva. We produce about 1.5 liters of this liquid each day. Once inside your mouth, chewing combines with the sloshing saliva to turn food into a moist lump called the bolus. Enzymes present in the saliva break down any starch. Then your food finds itself at the rim of a 25-centimeter long tube called the esophagus, down which it must plunge to reach the stomach. Nerves in the surrounding esophageal tissue sense the bolus's presence and trigger peristalsis, a series of defined muscular contractions that propels the food into the stomach, where it's left at the mercy of the muscular stomach walls, the bolus. Breaking it into chunks, hormones secreted by cells in the lining trigger the release of acids and enzyme-rich juices from the stomach wall that start to dissolve the food and break down its protein. These hormones also alert the pancreas, liver, and gallbladder to produce digestive juices and transfer bile, a yellowish-green liquid that digests fat in preparation for the next stage. After 3 hours inside the stomach, the once shapely bolus is now a frothy liquid called chyme, and it's ready to move into the small intestine. The liver sends bile to the gallbladder, which secretes it into the first portion of the small intestine called the duodenum. Here it dissolves the fats floating in the slurry of kind so they can be easily digested by the pancreatic and intestinal juices that have leached onto the seen enzyme-rich juices break molecules down into fatty acids and glycerol, the easier absorption into the body. The enzymes also carry out the final deconstruction of proteins into amino acids and carbohydrates into glucose. This happens in the small intestines, lower regions, the jejunum and ileum, which are coated in millions of tiny projections called villi. These create a huge surface area to maximize molecule absorption and transference into the bloodstream. The blood takes them on the final leg of their journey to feed the body's organs and tissues. But it's not over quite yet. Leftover fiber, water, and dead cells sloughed off during digestion make it into the large intestine, also known as the colon. The body drains out most of the remaining fluid through the intestinal wall. It's left is a soft mass called stool. The colon squeezes this byproduct into a pouch called the rectum, where nerves sense it expanding, and tell the body when it's time to exhale the waste, the byproducts of digestion, and exit through the food's long journey, typically lasting between 30 and 40 hours, finally complete. Trike is a carnivorous bird, also known as butcher birds. Almost half of all bird species have a quick digestive process. Here, the digestive and excrete resistance of this bird swallow their food. They don't help teeth to chew. Food passes to the esophagus. Esophagus has an enlarged part called crop, where the food gets moist and then passes towards the glandular chamber of the stomach, known as proventriculus. Here, the foods starts breaking down by digestive enzymes, and acids moves further to the muscular chamber, known as gizzard. Food gets grinded here. The process is similar to chewing. Some birds, like pigeons, eat small stones along with their food and in the dessert. These stones help them to crush the grain food, then pass through the small intestine, while mixed from liver and enzymes are added from the pancreas, where food gets more breakdown and nutrients are absorbed more efficiently. Then it won't further too large into time, and then reaches the chamber called cloaca and gets ready to excrete. In this entire process, the waste material does not get its white color. This whiteness comes from kidneys. Almost all the birds do not steal liquid bases to keep body weight lighter. Kidneys extract nitrogenous wastes from blood in the form of uric acid. Uric acid is poorly soluble in water, and with low water levels, it becomes a white-based light substance. This white paste passes through ureters and reaches in cloaca. B. Fish. So in this video, we will find out how fish digestive system works. The type of food fish eat is largely determined by the type of teeth they have. Some fish swallow the prey whole while others chew up their food. A fish that feed on plants is called an herbivore, while a fish that feed on meat or flesh is called a carnivore. Fish ingest food through the mouth and break it down in the esophagus. The esophagus in fish is short and expandable so that large food can be swallowed. Most species of fish have a stomach. A few types of fish have intestine at the end of the stomach. Many fishes have sex called pyloric cica, which secrete digestive enzyme and absorbed nutrients the length of the intestine. In fish varies greatly from short to long coils, and of course the digestive system in fish also terminates at the anus. So, that's it. The digestive system in fish, as you can see, is not as complicated as that of a human. Sea cow. Unlike human, all grass-eating animals have a special stomach with 4 chambers, namely rumen, reticulum, omasum, and arbomosum. Let's see the process of digestion in grass-eating animals. The animals quickly swallow the grass and store it in rumen, the first chamber of the stomach. In the rumen, the foods gets partially digested. The partially digested food is called cud. The cud is pushed into the reticulum, the second chamber of the stomach. And from here is sent back into the mouth for chewing. Process of chewing the card is called rumination, and animals which chew the card are called ruminants. The retewed food is swallowed and sent into the omasum, the thyroid and the smallest chamber of the stomach, to absorb excess water from the food in the omasum. The food is broken down to even smaller pieces. This is then sent to the last chamber, abomasum, which is also called the true stomach. The digested food then goes into the small intestine, where absorption of nutrients takes place. A large sac-like structure called cecum, present between the small intestine and large intestine, also contain bacteria that help in the digestion of cellulose, a carbohydrate. THAD is present in grass. So you now know why cattle keep chewing all the time?